Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at all gameplay and trailer leaks. If you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like. Let's try to reach 900 likes. And if you want me to read your comment or if you want to just show some support, drop a comment below. It doesn't matter what it is about. Anyway, enjoy the video. Be sure to watch until the end. EA did make a next-gen teaser trailer and a look at what's possible on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. It showcases Criterion, BioWare, DICE, and Motive. With not much information to actually go on, we did get an exciting new trailer with more players, better graphics, and more destruction. But later on, we did get some interesting leaks. A few frames and it showed us the advancement of smoke, destruction, and player count. All of these which were very new features for Battlefield 6. Hold up, stop, you there, yes, you. Battlefield 6 is pretty cool, but if you ever heard about this mobile game called Raid Shadow Legends, it has way more than 128 players. Battlefield 6 is still a few months away and you want to spend your time wisely. Raid Shadow Legends has over 500 champions blessed with unique skills. You can build a team, develop your champions, and raid everyone. What I really like about Raid Shadow Legends is that you can play it anywhere, in a car, in a bus, or during dinner. And don't get me started with Raid Shadow Legends loot. It's so expansive and so detailed. Raid just hit the 2nd year anniversary with a load of anniversary events and tournaments going on right now. With all the updates and new features, the game's never been better. Raid also just released the first batch of the badass Shadowkin faction. A brand new Asian-inspired faction with some amazing looking champions to get. On top of that, they've got some huge updates coming later in the month, including a new Doom Tower rotation with 2 tough new bosses. And with all events, tournament, and free gifts available, it's never been easier to get started. And there's the bonus. If you download Raid Shadow Legends right now, scanning my QR code or using the link in the description, you'll get your free champion, 100,000 silver, 50 gems, and 3 ancient shards, all for the price of free. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. And hurry, the rewards will only be available for the next 30 days and only for new players. So what are you waiting for? Download Raid Shadow Legends right now. And thank you so much Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. And the first leak we ever got was from Tom Henderson himself on August 17th that Battlefield 6 maps have been designed with 128 players in mind. Increased Battle Royale interest may lead to a free-to-play game, which was a rumor, and Battlefield 6 has yet to be announced officially, but rumors about its features have been circulating online for some time now. A few days, Tom Henderson has been leaking Call of Duty and Battlefield details, and honestly, this feels like a long time ago, because he tweeted this out on the August 13th. Battlefield news: maps have been designed with 128 players plus in mind, but 32 versus 32 will be the standard playlist. There's also been an increased interest in Battle Royale due to the success of Warzone. No confirmation of the Battle Royale in the next Battlefield yet, but could EA and DICE be planning a free-to-play Battlefield experience? And hopefully we do get something like that to attract new players and also to attract players from the Game Pass to the game. The hype seriously started when Jackfrags made his own video on Battlefield 6. So Battlefield YouTuber Jackfrags has started to tease a potential 6 announcement in his latest videos with cryptic messages over Twitter. And one of the developers, Nicholas Astrant, actually did reply tick tick tick, which means that the time is ticking for the Battlefield 6 reveal. This was never found out what this exactly meant. Maybe it still hasn't been solved yet, but something is definitely happening behind the scenes, that it would not be the first time that DICE and EA are starting to tease Battlefield game via popular YouTubers like Jackfrags or Westy. Hopefully we get something Battlefield 6 related very soon, and from the future I can tell you we did get a lot of interesting things, such as a huge title on the next-gen consoles with large maps, player count, ray tracing, and other next-gen features. Certainly does sound like a dream shooter for many Battlefield fans. This was posted on 8th of September of 2020. And this is a leak that you might have all forgotten, but quite recently Russian industry insider Anton Lokvinov shared a brief statement on Twitter claiming that Battlefield 6 is not what fans want, although it plays well. Judging by his subsequent commentaries, the insider hasn't played the game himself, while the information was probably coming from third parties participating in closed testing. Shortly after that, another industry insider, Tom Henderson, claimed the contrary, that Battlefield 6 will actually be what the fans of the series want. Interestingly, the source of Henderson's confidence is pretty much the same as Lovkinov's concerns. According to this participating in internal testing, the game is receiving significantly more positive feedback than the previous titles. And I feel like this was really just a mistake in the translation. So in Russian, this could potentially mean that the game is not the same as Battlefield 5 or it's not the same as Battlefield 4, which I have been talking about for some time, but it's definitely something that fans will love. The reception makes Henderson believe that DICE is handling Battlefield 6 in the way that should satisfy fans. And DICE and EA are both confirming that this is a love letter to the fans themselves. Regarding trailers, there's actually a lot of leaks, but I'm gonna just be talking about the most recent ones, so then we can jump to the good facts, and that is the gameplay. Any ETAs on teasers and reveal. I don't like give to times because of the quarantine, but I expect the trailer at the beginning of May, which everyone is expecting, so teasers should be very soon. The Battlefield Twitter has been awfully quiet and it's very suspicious. It seems like we're getting teasers in April as the time I'm posting this video, but we also have what the trailer will include. Battlefield 2021 trailer is gonna take place on a desert island according to Tom Henderson, and I spoke to Tom Henderson about the mysterious numbers we've previously dug up, hinting certain locations with the country of Kazakhstan. I told him I was curious on his take on this and the possibility of perhaps seeing something related to Kazakhstan, a highly anticipated trailer reveal as we're anxiously waiting. Based on the fact that DICE has teased things in the past in their own mysterious ways, I think that this thing with Kazakhstan is still a bit interesting and probably worth having in mind. It might be nothing, then again it might be something, we don't really know. Either way, I got very sure to play back. So hey, I'm not sure on the Kazakhstan thing. The trailer takes place on a desert island. So the trailer does actually take on a desert island, and he did a bit clarify a bit more into this. Tom Henderson has hinted that this is how the new map will look like, and it seems like, you know, we could be seeing some tsunamis or maybe a hurricane, something like that, because it definitely goes with the weather storm leaks we have been hearing about. It's very exciting, but it will be a bit more of a sandy map showing all the features and capabilities for PS5 and Xbox. So here is what we know so far about the next Battlefield, and we have Tom Henderson's leaks. Now, Tom Henderson is one of the most trustful insiders I know for Battlefield 6, but the next Battlefield is simply called Battlefield and not Battlefield 6. It will be set in the near future and is a sequel to Battlefield 4. The game will have drone and robot warfare elements, but the game will be overall modern and more grounded to the reality. What I feel about this, I'm very positive on this note. Now, we do have a bit more on the drones over here, and the game will be of conflict between US and Russia. I'm not sure if other factions will be included or not, but I guess we can suspect that we will be getting some DLCs with other factions or other smaller factions overall, such as EU and so on. You play a specialist soldier, and your specialist unit consists of soldiers from the other fallen superpowers that are not from USA or Russia. So there you go, this confirms what I have been talking about. The game will have a battle royale, and the game has a campaign, and it might feature co-op experience instead of traditional single player. Players will still be able to play as the 4 different types of soldiers, but instead of just having unique gadgets, player will be able to have different abilities, which are similar to Call of Duty perks, and I feel very positive about this. Game will also feature 128-player all-out military warfare. All-out military warfare is something that DICE and EA have been hinting a lot. It will be scaled down to 64-player match on old-gen consoles, considering that majority of people still own the 8th-gen consoles. The reveal trailer currently looks similar to that of Battlefield 5, which means it doesn't show any actual gameplay snippets and is mostly cinematic. And I know a lot of Battlefield trailers overall are cinematic and don't show actual gameplay, and we all expected that, we all saw it coming. It doesn't mean that it will represent something that Battlefield 5 had, for example, their history points. Gameplay is just a traditional boots-on-the-ground combat with some robots and drones to assist you, just like that would be in real life. There would be no wall running, no laser, no crazy stuff. This will not be a Titanfall 2 game, this will not be an Apex Legends game, instead it will be Battlefield 6. Besides explosions, buildings can be damaged by various forces of nature like tornado, floods, earthquake, which seem to suggest dynamic weather and that are in the game. Battlefield is a more accurate representation of 2030's military combat compared to Final Stand, so there will be no hover tanks or railguns. Battlefield is not a sci-fi. Again, Battlefield is not a sci-fi. All weapons included in the game are those which are currently in development or prototype stage. Now, Colibri, who also is a friend of DICE, said that the game will have an improved netcode compared to the previous Battlefield games. This means that when you shoot a rocket and shell on a plane or wall, there's a delay between the impact and the explosion. Well, you need to say goodbye to it because you will never see it again. And it seems like that they will have an improved netcode for a Frostbite engine. They definitely did improve a lot Frostbite engine than before in 2014 or 2011, and the improved Frostbite engine will also provide better destruction. Now, leaked EA Play event information is something that I have noticed, and Battlefield 6 says DICE gameplay trailer, that's what we're going to be getting. Also, developer interview from the leaked EA Play event, and on November 19th of 2021 for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Now we also have game tech leaks, and game will be using the latest iteration of Frostbite engine, aka Frostbite 4. This means that destruction will be improved, how the whole feature works, and overall the shooting and how this affects objects will also be improved instead. The game will feature advanced hair physics simulation and dynamic destruction, and advanced hair physics is something we also saw in FIFA. Now, ray tracing features will be available, advanced smoke simulations, large-scale destructions, or revolution on steroids. Multiple buildings can be destroyed. Not just one building, multiple ones. And the 128-player game modes will generally contain large maps. Now, 128 players in a single match or 64 versus 64 players are supported. It's a big step up. Based on the leaks, it looks like the war stories have been removed if the game was about a global struggle between multiple nations. It might have served the purpose well. You can play the campaign from US and Russian perspective, and Tom has recently announced that the campaign information his sources have given are actually the backstory of the game. So the actual campaign is still unconfirmed, but the backstory is there, and we do have more information on backstory. Your special unit consists of soldiers from other fallen superpowers and not Russia or USA. It is your choice which superpower you support. So if you support Russia, you go for Russia. If you support US, you go for US. And update, specialist units hired by USA will go against another team of specialists hired by Russia, so that's how they will incorporate multiple superpowers and nations into multiplayer. It might include co-op mode too. Tom has recently announced that the campaign information his sources have given are actually the backstory of the game, which basically means that it might be a continuation of the Battlefield 4 campaign. And for the multiplayer, as usual, Conquest, Team Deathmatch, and Dominations will be returning alongside improved versions of Grand Operations featuring urban combat based on an earlier leak. You can also play as 4 classes, which is probably Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon, but the names might have been changed, but can also have different perks like System or Call of Duty. Revolution events can change the layout of the map, and clans are returning thanks to the leaked EA survey. This is really exciting information. This is a lot of information and everything we have for Battlefield 6. There's also been some rumors that have been denied or have simply been thrown away, but these are the strongest, the ones that are most likely to be in the game. It doesn't mean that every single thing in here will be included in the game, but it does mean that some can be scrapped out and some will be put into the game later on. So there you have it, a very highly edited video of all the leaks we know so far, and it seems like the teasers and the trailer and the gameplay overall is pretty much very close. So if you want more of that, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. This is Battlefield Central, sign out for today. Thank you so much.